10 Amazing Technologies of the Future. 1. 5D disks for eternal storage of terabytes of data. Researchers have created a 5D disk that records data in 5 dimensions that lasts for billions of years. It can store 360 terabytes of data and withstand temperatures up to 1000 degrees. The files on the disk are made of 3 layers of nanodots. The disk's 5 dimensions refer to the size and orientation of the dots, as well as their position within the 3 dimensions. When light passes through the disk, the dots change the polarization of the light, which is read by a microscope and polarizer. The team in Southampton that develops the disk was able to record the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Newton's optics, the Magna Carta, and the Bible on the disk. In a few years, such a disk will no longer be an experiment, but the standard for data storage. 2. Oxygen particle injection. Scientists at Boston Children's Hospital have developed microparticles filled with oxygen that can be injected into your bloodstream, allowing you to live even if you can't breathe. The microparticles consist of a single layer of lipid capsules that surround a small bubble of oxygen. The capsules are 2 to 4 micrometers in size and are suspended in a fluid that controls their size, as larger bubbles can be dangerous. When injected, the capsules, colliding with red blood cells, transfer oxygen. With this method, it has been possible to get 70% of the oxygen into the blood. 3. Underwater transport tunnels. Norway is planning to build the world's first underwater floating bridges at a depth of 30 meters underwater using large pipes wide enough for 2 lanes. Given the difficulty of moving over the terrain, Norway has decided to work on creating underwater bridges. The project, which has already cost $25 billion, is expected to be completed in 2035. Other factors, such as the effects of wind, waves and strong currents on the bridge, have yet to be taken into account. 4. Bioluminescent trees. A group of developers decided to create bioluminescent trees using an enzyme found in some jellyfish and fireflies. Such trees can illuminate streets and help passers-by see better at night. A small version has already been designed in the form of a plant that glows in the dark. The next step will be trees that illuminate the streets. 5. Bionic lens for superhuman vision. A Canadian doctor is about to conduct clinical testing of bionic lenses that improve 100% vision by a factor of 3 with an 8-minute painless operation. The new lens will be available by 2017, improving the eye's natural lens. During surgery, a syringe injects a lens with physiological solution into the eye, and after 10 seconds, the folded lens straightens and is positioned over the natural lens, fully correcting vision. 6. The city under a dome. In Dubai, the construction of a shopping mall called Mall of the World is underway, covered by a retractable dome that controls the climate inside and provides air conditioning. The complex will occupy an area of 4.46 square kilometers and will include a major health and beauty center, a cultural and entertainment district, hotels with 20,000 rooms and much more. It will be the largest shopping center with an enclosed theme park. 7. Artificial leaves that convert carbon dioxide and sunlight into fuel. Scientists have developed new solar cells that convert carbon dioxide in the atmosphere into fuel using the sun. Although there have been many attempts to convert carbon dioxide into something useful, this is the first time a real method has been developed. Unlike other technologies that require noble metals such as silver, this method uses a tungsten-based material that is 20 times cheaper and acts 1,000 times faster. These solar cells use carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to produce synthetic gas, a mixture of hydrogen gas and carbon monoxide, which can be burned directly or converted into hydrocarbon fuel. 8. Floating cities. A floating eco-city called Lillipad was proposed by architect Vincent Colbott for future climate refugees as a long-term solution to rising sea levels. The city can accommodate 50,000 people using renewable energy sources. The floating structure consists of 3 petals and 3 mountains that surround an artificial lagoon in the center that collects and purifies water. It harnesses wind, solar, tidal, and other alternative energy sources, and even collects rainwater. 9. 3D printing of organs for transplant surgeries. Scientists are working on technology to print viable organs that can be used as donor organs in surgeries. 3D printing technology has already undergone major changes. It uses cartridges filled with a suspension of living cells and a clever gel that gives structure and creates biological tissue. When printed, the gel is cooled and washed away, leaving only the cells. Scientists are working to solve the complexities involved in creating organs that could mimic the functions of normally grown organs in the human body. Once these difficulties are overcome, people will no longer have to worry about waiting for donors. 10. You will be able to record your dreams. Scientists have managed to transform YouTube videos by scanning the visual centers of the brain of the person watching them. In the future, the technology will be advanced enough to record dreams. The brains of the 3 team members involved in the project were scanned using functional magnetic resonance imaging as they watched YouTube videos. The researchers then interpreted the data using a mathematical model that served as a kind of brain dictionary. The dictionary later recreated what the participants saw by scanning random clips and selecting ones that corresponded to the activation of brain activity.